I loved everything about the first film. I just thought it was so irreverent, so funny, and I was not expecting it. I was a huge fan of Matthew Vaughn's for a while, and I just loved what he did with his genre. I loved this take on it. So for me, walking onto set that first day was like stepping through the looking glass. It was like being a little kid in a dream. I was so excited to walk on set.
So what is it about Kick-Ass? Because he kind of has the Batman complex, which without as many cool gadgets, still some cool gadgets, but he's an everyday Joe, you know?
I'd say he's the American recession superhero because it's like he can't afford a Batmobile, you know, he's the age of austerity superhero, isn't he? And I think people respond to that, and plus you worry about him. You know Batman's going to be all right. He's got $1 billion kind of cave with all this stuff in it, you know. Kick-Ass has got 2 sticks and a pair of boots, and he goes out and tries to help people, and I think it's hard not to get behind someone like that. He's the underdog superhero.
AMC.
So
I love AMC theaters. There's one right by my house. I go there every weekend.
Love it.
Yeah.
So R.I.P. Red Mist, huh?
R.I.P. Red Mist. What is like the is the R.I.P. version of like becoming alive? What is that? R.I.P. What would Jesus do?
Resurrect
the mother.
So is the mother more sassy? How is he different than Red Mist?
There's the first half of this movie where he's trying to find himself as a villain. Mm-hmm. He's got revenge on his mind, and he wants to get Kick-Ass, but he's still kind of the Chris D'Amico from the first one, neurotic. And then once something happens to his mother, he finds his costume and builds his costume and becomes super dark and super evil. It was a blast to play.
So what I love so much about Kick-Ass is that he's a very grounded and relatable creature that we can all really relate to. What about the story did you love, and were you excited to jump in with this?
I mean, I love Kick-Ass for all those reasons because he's me. You know, Mark Miller says that he wrote Kick-Ass because when he was a kid, he wanted to be a superhero. And what I think is so funny about that is Mark says it like, you know, it was an idea that was unique to him. But I think anyone who loves comic books and loves superheroes has had the same thought. I know I certainly did. And so how can you not connect with a character like Dave Lazuski? And then you have Aaron Taylor Johnson playing him, who is just so accessible and so funny, and you just like being with him, and he has this amazing ability to like be a huge dork, but at the same time, like every time he walks in a room, women, you know, just like basically fall over themselves. And I can't think of another actor who is that engaging.
Here you have a lot more help this time, a good team behind you, an ensemble, Colonel Stars and Stripes.
We you know, Jim Carrey's fantastic, Donald Faison, you know, and yeah, John Leguizamo, you know, great people. Do you know what? And what was really great is that was all really from the first one. You know, these people, there was no sort of like, you know, like reeling them in. They were literally lining up to kind of be a part of it, and you know, that was super really exciting to have people that are like that, you know. And Carrey, you know, created such a, you know, he took the character off the page. He did the prosthetics, everything. You know, he looks like Colonel Stars and Stripes, and I had a blast working with him. You know, he's got so much energy, and he brought so many great ideas and passion. He brings the kookiness that Nick Cage brought in the first one. You know, so I think people are gonna love his character.
What was it like being a part of this crazy, awesome superhero troupe of regular average Joes?
It was great. I don't know if we were average Joes. I think it takes a lot to put on a costume and go out into the street and try and fight crime, you know, and
you're superheroes for the people, you know?
Yeah, Justice Forever definitely has what it takes, you know what I mean? When the cops can no longer protect and serve you, be warned, muggers. Heads up, pervs. You know what I mean? Justice Forever's in town.
So, my man, I hear you're kind of a badass in this movie.
I am a badass. I'm more of a pain in the ass than a badass, but it's kind of similar.
Do you think it's more fun to play a villain than the good guy sometimes?
Always. We've got personality. That's our secret weapon, personality.
And would you like to see this character continue to evolve?
I would love to. I would love to see where the arc goes next. I was good in the first one, evil in this one. Maybe he comes full circle and becomes good.
Maybe he'll be good again.
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah.